it is 2 days away from our trip. But yeah, anyway, part of obviously preparing for a trip has been packing, and I was just flicking through our videos from last year while trying to avoid from doing the packing, and I realised last year I did like a what's in my camera bag video, which I thought was kind of useful for me to look back at what kit I had then and see what I've changed this year. So because I've tried to slim down this year. I've tried to slim down. I really haven't slimmed down that much, but a couple of things. So first of all, starting off with the cameras. This year, G7X I'm currently recording on, so I can't show you that. Same as the camera last year. Watch what you saw last year. Watch what we posted last year. Same camera. It's been perfect. Really good vlogs last year, really good quality, people really liked them, the popularity went through the roof compared to previous year's vlogs, it was amazing. So yeah, that's going to be the daily driver for this year again, which is good, I'm happy about that. But I have kind of become acutely aware that since the channel's become a little bit more popular, it's literally twice as popular as it was this time last year, there's twice as many subscribers, we're getting considerably more views on a week by week basis, which is just mind-blowing. But enough about that. But the pressure's on now because people are going, we can't wait to see your 2018 vlogs. So in the past I've always just taken one camera and the GoPro and thought, well, if the camera's break, we can't do the vlogs, we can still have a holiday and have fun. This year I've decided to have a backup camera and brought the Panasonic back out of retirement. I actually used this a couple of weeks back in Alton Towers. Having used the G7X for 12 months, going back to this was quite a challenge. It's still a great camera, the picture quality was fantastic. Image stabilization not quite as good, zoom way better, zooms much further. Doesn't film very well in the dark, but fair enough. What was the other thing? Oh, it's quite slow. I think the focus is better on it though. But yeah, anyway, so that is going in the bag as our spare backup camera, and I think should anything happen to this camera, then I fall back to that one. Also, camera-wise, I'm taking the trusty GoPro Series 3 White model. This is getting towards the end of days for it, I think. It's not a camera we use a lot, we literally just use it for time-lapse now. But I am also aware that last year we were really lucky with weather, that's a mouthful, and we didn't have to use this for anything but time-lapse, and I think we used it a lot on Discovery Cove Day. This year we'll probably use it if we go to a water park, because we are toying with exploring one of the Walt Disney World water parks, because we've never been to them before. So that'll probably get broken out for that day, and it'll be in my bag just in case it rains. Batteries, we have lots of batteries. So with me taking 3 cameras, 3 compact cameras now, I will also be taking 3 batteries each for those cameras. Again, these are the same batteries that I sort of took last year, and they were fine last year, and they'll be fine this year. Aftermarket ones, I don't pay for the branded ones. I also, probably quite an important thing to mention, okay, with the Panasonic I don't really have much choice, so I have to charge the aftermarket batteries in the camera. The G7X, I never charge the aftermarket batteries in the camera, just in case the worst happens and they do leak, which they never have, but just in case they do, at least they'll leak onto the charger and not into the camera, because when they leak they swell and they get stuck in the camera, allegedly, I don't know. The GoPro also will have a number of optional extras, which include this little dude for mounting onto a standard grip. I'm not sure if I'm going to take this handle. I probably should actually, thinking about it. It's extra weight though. See, I'm still not deciding myself, but more importantly, the top there, I have the waterproof housing. I have a little bit of tissue paper stuffed in there, which is probably actually from last year's holiday, so it's probably Floridian tissue paper. The reason for that being that these cameras get steamy if you're using them, so if you put the camera in there, pop the lid close, it gets warm, you get steam build up and it gets on the lens, and sometimes put a bit of tissue in there, it just wicks away that moisture and it works a treat. We have, again, the wrist strap. Didn't use it last year, may use it, we'll find out. Let's see what else we've got here. The skeleton back for the GoPro. I don't think I'm going to take the skeleton housing because my intention is not to have to use it for anything other than if it's rainy, so therefore I don't need it. There are a couple of extra mounts for it. I think I've held that one already, but that's just in case one breaks. So it's the official GoPro one. If that breaks, I'd be disappointed. The GoPro keeper is still in my bag just in case. It's so small I might as well take it. I was actually toying with maybe having this on the regular camera, although that rattle might get picked up on the microphone. See, these are the things you have to think about. Lens cloths, many of. Memory cards, many of. And then last, the new toy, which is the GoPro, sorry, not the GoPro, the Manfrotto Pixie, is it? So it is a handle, and it's actually a really comfortable handle to use. It also has a nice, you can move the head around like that, and it also acts as a small tripod, so I can pop it on the floor and get some people passing through the parks footage or time-lapse footage or whatever. That's a pretty cool tool. I'm really happy with that purchase. See, this is where I'm thinking I might leave this one at home and take this one, because I can mount that on top of there and then it just acts as the same thing. See? The only slight issue being is, do I want to take that in water? It wasn't super expensive, so I could probably get away with it. And it's Manfrotto. Manfrotto make really good kit. I don't have any brand deals with them, but this tripod's Manfrotto, and it's fantastic. Best tripod I've ever used. Admittedly, I've only used about 2 tripods. All of my camera kit in the parks will be stored in the trusty Lowepro sling that I forgot the name of. I didn't actually take this last year. I did a video on what's in my camera bag saying how good this was and how simple it was to use and carry cameras around in. I took a rucksack. I took a rucksack with one zip on the top because I did make a point of like the rucksack having many pouches to like explore and stuff like that. But I ended up not enjoying the rucksack, because what I found with this is, because it's over your shoulder like so, as you walk around the park you just swing it forward, grab your camera and start filming. With a rucksack I had to stop, get the rucksack off my back, unzip the rucksack, get the camera out, and it was just, it broke the day up a little bit. You know, broke the float, so Gemma would have to wait while I messed around in my bag and stuff like that. So I am taking the rucksack and this year, but this will probably just go in the suitcase and I'll use it for vlogging as the days go on. In fact, I've just found another camera battery in here. But for my SLR, I don't need that. Yeah, so ultimately, one of the things I've cut out this year is we didn't really use the big SLR camera last year, which I can't even find, it's not to hand. We've kind of got a bit cool on photography of late. So I think what we'll do is we'll just rely on the Panasonic and the Canon, the G7X, just to do some photography in the parks, because we've got our memory maker, so we don't need to have photos of us together, because the Walt Disney World will take care of that, and they probably do better photographs than we could. This takes some nice shots, the other one takes some nice shots. Gemma usually uses Instagram and Facebook to take photos now, so she'll probably just use a phone. She has a Galaxy S8. So yeah, that's a lot of weight saved, which I have thought, great, okay, a lot of weight saved, that's a good thing. But then I had to start filling it with all the other rubbish we need. And in the bag. So this is the other stuff we take, so more like stuff that we keep in the room, apart from a couple of bits, but we'll get on to that. 2 camera bags will come with us. These are the Lowepro ones that I used last year and probably will use henceforth. They're just great for what they are. They're super cheap and super easy to carry around. We also take a multitude of USB cables. I made a point of this last year, but it's still the case. We take a lot of these. This is also got a 10,000 milliamp hour range battery Anker thing that made by Anker. You can get them on Amazon. They're really good quality. Again, not a paid promotion. There are other brands available. Quite useful these though. But I am actually thinking, I'm only taking 1 this year. Last year we took 2. We probably didn't use 2 most of the trip. I'm thinking of taking 1 and then getting the fuel rod in the parks to just exchange. Now, every time I mention the fuel rod, people go, well, why would you want to pay for that when you can take one of these big ones? These big ones are great, but I'm charging that. I'm charging potentially the GoPro, potentially the Panasonic. We're both charging our phones. That's a lot of stuff we're charging over USB. With the fuel rod, I don't then have to charge one of these. I can just stick it in the machine and get a new one. So yeah, it is a bit more of an expense, but it's something where I can just forget it, just pop a fuel rod in a machine, get a new one. So I might buy one of those, I haven't decided yet. There is only one external camera charger that I need to take this year, because I'm not taking the SLR, and that is the G7X's charger. The G7X apparently will charge in the camera body, but this is way quicker, so I'll take that. I will also be taking 2 of these. I've only got 1 of them handy at the minute because I use the other one to charge my toothbrush. This is a travel adapter, which I've previously mentioned in what's in my camera bag type videos, where you can have multiple countries with UK, Australia, US and Europe. These are great, to be honest. I've not had any issues with these. As I say, I have 2 of them. I think you can get them on Amazon. You can get them in Asda, I think, as well, in supermarkets. So they're fine, and you know, you can plug them into anything in the US. I appear to have misplaced one of the... Oh, that's the other item. Last year, because we did so much charging via USB, I bought a US USB charger. This was only like $5. I just thought it makes sense. We go to America that often. Let's just buy an American USB charger instead of taking travel adapters. I'm really going for the mouthfuls this year. I will take a spare phone. The only reason I'm taking this spare phone is because it has my SIM 4.3 in it, my Feel at Home SIM, which I put 15 quid on to get like 5 gig of data, which I'll use for sat-nav when we drive in, and maybe if we don't get Wi-Fi, which I don't think we'll need it this much this year because Walt Disney World is just way better with Wi-Fi than a lot of the other places. It's like all over the parks, so that's good. But I do like kind of have it as a backup, especially when we're driving. I take this thing, which I didn't show last year, but this is my lens pen. So on one hand you have a brush for dusting your lens, and on the other hand you have a little polishing tool, just to get any mucky fingerprints off there. More for the SLR really, but it does work with the compact, so I will get some use out of it. More lens cloths. I did actually mention that we needed more lens cloths, but I don't think we do. So new things I'm taking this year. We're staying at Port Orleans Riverside, and I heard a rumour that Port Orleans Riverside doesn't have a lot of plug sockets for charging things, so I took this thing. So I can plug in our travel USB adapters into this, I can plug my camera into this, and Gemma can plug her phone charger into this should we need to, and it's 4-gang with 1 plug, and we just need 1 socket for it. And it was really cheap and it's really light, so that's fine. The techie stuff, I mentioned this in our weekly vlogs, but I'm going to take the RAVPower File Hub. This is the device where you can put a SD card in this end and a USB hard disk in this end, which I have handy here. So if I pop the back off this, there it goes. You can see in there you've got a network port and a USB port, so I plug in a USB hard disk. This thing will actually power this, so actually this is just now kicked in, because this thing has got a built-in 6000 mAh battery as well. So I can then copy all of my video off here onto here, and I've got a backup copy. So should we have any situations where memory cards break or otherwise when we're in the parks, we won't lose everything, we'll just lose a little bit of footage maybe. This is weird, it's vibrating because it's powered up. But yeah, that's pretty good. As I previously mentioned, the interface for this is not great. It's not the most straightforward thing, but it works. So I will hopefully get some use out of that. The rest of that bag is now just more cables. So other than that, all that stuff there, I'll also be taking my normal daily driver mobile phone, which is a Pixel XL. It's got a nice still camera, video camera not so. And I'll also be taking my iPad for reading on the plane and my wireless headphones. So that's all the kit we take. And most of that is used for putting the vlogs out, so it's kind of fun. I tend to take less clothes as a result, but there we go. That is 2018's what's in my camera bag stroke what do I take to do vlogs. I haven't decided what I'm going to call it yet. Anyway, we're in Florida now, all being well.